Okay, we would like to welcome y'all to the November 7th, 2024 DeSoto County Board Meeting for the DeSoto County Schools. If you would stand with me for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And at this time, we need to approve the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions? Seeing none, your recommendation.
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the agenda.
Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Now we have the superintendent's report. Mr. Usleton.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. We have one item that I would like for the board to please consider at executive session. We have early graduation requests. So appreciate if the board would consider those at this time. And then also, we have got several students here with us today that we'd like to recognize. We're very, very excited about the students that we have present. Today is a state championship day, and we have got three different sports that we're going to be covering that we'll get to here in just a moment. We are going to start today with DeSoto Central High School. We've got a team and an individual that we're going to be recognizing. I'll ask Mr. Shane Jones, please come forward this time.
There we go. Well, thank you for having us. Get started. I asked my coaches if they wanted to introduce, and they quickly said, I'll take it. I introduced you to this young lady last year as a freshman, and I predicted we might be back down here. As a swimmer, you're only allowed to compete in 2 meets, so you don't kind of dominate the whole championship. And last year she won 2 championships, and this year she won 2 championships. Last year she won the 50-yard and the 100-yard freestyle championship. This year she won the 50-yard freestyle, but she added the 100-yard backstroke to her resume as well. So very proud to introduce to you from DeSoto Central, Miss Kaya Robinson.
Thank you.
And our swim coach is Miss Maria Perry. I've asked her to come up here and join us for this picture.
And Miss Emily. Yeah, Right. Congratulations.
We also very proud to introduce to you the Class 7A Girls Golf State Champions from DeSoto Central High School. Very proud of these young ladies for this outstanding accomplishment, starting with Miss Esther Kim. And Isabella McNeil. And the third member of the team unfortunately could not make it, but I still want to introduce her. It's Miss Claire Simpson. I'd also like to introduce our coaches to you for girls golf. We have Mr. Jeremy Simpson and Mr. Andy Owen.
Great job. Congratulations. Now we have another team that we'd like to recognize. We'd like to recognize the Lake Cornwall High School volleyball team. I'll ask Principal Dr. Bobby Davis to please come forward at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Russellton and members of the school board. It's an honor to be here this afternoon to introduce these fine young ladies that have represented our school so well in our district at the state level. They are the 6A volleyball champions for the third year in a row. And that is something that has not happened at this level before. And I also want to introduce their coaches to you, Coach Christina Morgan and Coach Caitlin Busby. Coach Morgan's actually going to do the introduction of the players for you.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. It is an honor to be here. Thank you for having us. I am so proud of this team. I would like to say that they're just as successful in the classroom. They're in the top of their class. They make me proud every day. I also want to mention that not only have they won 3, but in the last 2 years, they haven't dropped a set to a 6A school in volleyball. So that's something that's really. Okay, Kelsey Agner. Ansley Bradfield. Dakota Evans. Kerrigan Baggert. Our MVP of the game and also Miss Volleyball for 6A, Sophia Gonzalez. Bailey Greer. Michaela Heel. Emily Herta. Akira Johnson. Mackenzie Morris. Zamoria Nelson. Rebecca Rohrbacher. Janiyah Rose. Kinsley Stevens. Taylon Walker. Dallas White. Lena Wilson. And Ariana Woods.
I'd like to get a group photo of the team right here. And Ms. Riley. Let's have another round of applause for all of our student athletes. Great job. I want to congratulate y'all again. Y'all done such an awesome job of representing your school. And for the family members who are in attendance, we appreciate your support of DeSoto County Schools also. Congratulations to our players, our coaches, and our principals. At this time, we're about to move on with the business of the board meeting. You are welcome to stay and hear all of it, but if you'd like to go, now would be a great time to exit out. You're all leaving. Oh, no.
We always love to
Yeah,
celebrate our
appreciate
students.
it. Shook a lot of hands.
Okay, at this time, Mr. Heath, attorney's report.
I don't have a report, but I agree with you. That was an awesome report with all these athletes. It's just so impressive to see what they do. It's just mind-blowing.
And just for the record, we got the next two board meetings. We got state championship groups coming in.
Yeah.
For those two. We're excited.
Excellent. We like it. Okay, at this time, we need to approve the minutes from the October 17th, 2024 board meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All right, now for our consent agenda, we have items A through FFF. Are there any changes to be made in the consent agenda? Seeing none, do I have a recommendation?
Madam Chair, I recommend the board to approve the consent agenda.
Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
New business, item A are bids for cleaning and pepper supplies. Mr. Williams.
Yes, ma'am. A reverse auction was conducted on October the 14th for the district's cleaning and paper supplies. I recommend accepting the lowest and best bids from American Paper Twine Company and Action Janitorial and Paper Safety for each line item.
Hearing Mr. Williams' explanation, do you have a recommendation?
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the bids for cleaning and paper supplies by line item.
With Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item B are bids for interactive panels FY 2025.
Yes, ma'am. On October the 14th, the district opened up a reverse auction for interactive panels. I recommend accepting the lowest and best bidder from Academic Technologies for each cart-mounted interactive panel and Clary Business Machine for each wall-mounted interactive panel.
Based on that explanation, do you have a recommendation?
Madam Chair, I recommend the board to approve the bids for the interactive panels for 2025.
It's Mr. Usleton's recommendation. Can I get a motion for that?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item C are bids, turf project, Center Hill High School.
Yes, ma'am. Seal bids were opened on October the 1st for a turf field at Center Hill High School. 8 bids were received, and I recommend accepting the lowest and the best bidder from Grassland Incorporated.
Do you have a recommendation, Mr. Usleton?
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the lowest and best bid from Grassland Incorporated for the turf project at Center Hill High School.
That recommendation, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item D, contractual agreement, Grasslands Incorporated, Center Hill High School.
Yes, ma'am. We're requesting permission from the board to enter into a contractual agreement with Grassland Incorporated.
That explanation, your recommendation.
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve entering into a contractual agreement with Grassland Incorporated for the turf project at Center Hill High School.
Mr. Usleton's recommendation. Do I have a motion to approve?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item E, bids turf project at Lake Harmon High School.
Yes, ma'am. Sealed bids were opened on October the 1st for a turf field at Lake Corner High School. A bids were received, and I recommend accepting the lowest and best bid from Diamond Creek Construction.
Do you have a recommendation?
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the bid from Diamond Creek Construction for the turf project at Lake Corner High School.
Mr. Usleton's recommendation. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item F, contractual agreement with Diamond Creek Construction, Lake Corman High School.
Yes, ma'am. We are requesting permission from the board to enter into a contractual agreement with Diamond Creek Construction LLC.
Your recommendation.
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve entering into a contractual agreement with Diamond Creek Construction for the turf project at Lake Corner High School.
Based on Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item G, request to reject bid for interactive projectors. Mr. Williams.
Yes, ma'am. A reverse auction was held for interactive projectors on the 14th of October. We only received one bid, and the cost of that bid exceeded what we had budgeted. So we're asking you to reject the bid.
Do you have a recommendation, Mr. Usleton?
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve rejecting the bid for the interactive projectors.
With Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item H, permission to advertise for bids for interactive projectors.
Yes, ma'am. We're requesting permission to rebid for interactive projectors for the district for the 2025 fiscal year.
Your recommendation, sir.
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve advertising for bids for interactive projectors.
Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item I, request to pay vendors at DeSoto Central Middle School.
Yes, ma'am. In your packet is documentation from the principal of DeSoto Central Middle. He's requesting permission to pay vendors for services rendered prior to a purchase order being issued. The matter has been addressed and safeguards have been put in place to prevent any reoccurrence.
Do you have a recommendation, Mr. Usleton?
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the request to pay the vendors at DeSoto Central Middle School.
Based on Mr. Usleton's recommendation, can I get a motion, please?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item J, request to pay vendor gifted services.
Yes, ma'am. In your packet, you got information from the director of our gifted service program. She requests permission to pay a vendor for services rendered before purchase order was issued. The matter has been addressed and safeguards have been put in place to prevent reoccurrence.
Your recommendation.
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the request to pay the vendor for gifted services.
With Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve?
Make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item K, request to pay vendor technology.
Yes, ma'am. You have information in your packet from the Director of Technology. He's requesting permission to pay a vendor for services rendered prior to the purchase order being issued. Matter has been addressed and safeguards have been put in place to prevent reoccurrence.
Mr. Usleton, your recommendation.
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the request to pay the vendor for technology.
Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve?
Make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item L, request to purchase activity bus vocational industry grant. Mr. Williams.
Yes, ma'am. In your packet is an application to purchase a new activity bus to be approved by the board and subsequently the Mississippi Department of Ed. The bus is budgeted in the vocational fund and will be paid out of the industry grant fund.
Sounds good. Mr. Hustleton, your recommendation, please.
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the request to purchase the activity bus for the vocational industry grant.
With Mr. Hustleton's recommendation, can I get a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item M, request to purchase vehicle.
Yes, ma'am. The fiscal plant department is requesting permission to purchase a vehicle at the Mississippi State contractor price. This vehicle will be part of the district fleet, or will become part of the district fleet.
Your recommendation, Mr. Hustleton.
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the request to purchase the vehicle.
Based on Mr. Hustleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve the purchase?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item N, request to reimburse employee transportation. Mr. Reed.
Yes, ma'am. In your packet is the diesel receipt that was sent in by the transportation director. He ended up paying cash for a bus to be filled up, and he's asking to be reimbursed for the money that he spent.
Your recommendation, sir.
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the request to reimburse the employee transportation.
Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. All in favor?
Aye.
Item O, certification of bank reconciliation, September 24. Hello.
All bank statements have been reconciled with no exceptions for September of 2024.
Thank you. Your recommendation.
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the certification of bank reconciliations for September 2024.
Based on Mr. Hustleton's recommendation, can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Can I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Ms. Nevin. Item P, personnel, Mr. Alexander.
Thank you. Your personnel packet this afternoon is pages 1 through 5 are recommendations. Pages 6 through 8 are personnel changes. Page 9 is a memo for myself and the elimination of a teaching unit in Pleasant Hill Elementary will be effective at the end of the year. Page 10 is a memo for myself and the reclassification of a teaching unit in DeSoto Central Primary. This will be sent to an EL position of teaching that will be effective starting tomorrow. Page 11 is a memo from Coach Jenkins, our director of athletics, on a paraprofessional volunteer that will help with voting at Centerville High School. Page 12 is a memo from Nurse Davis, our director of health services, requesting to add 5 additional substitute nurses. These will be sub-nurses that would work in limited capacity, no more than 19 hours a week at $30 per hour to fill in where there's needs. Page 13 is a memo from Mr. White, physical plant director. He's requesting to move a 230-day maintenance position to a maintenance tech position. Page 14 is the 2024-2025 bookkeeper pay scale. It was a correction from previous approval. Page 15 is a request for additional pay from Ms. Hassman, assistant superintendent. Is a request for a teacher at Lake Conner Middle School, to be a satellite teacher for the remainder of this semester. So she would begin, she would teach one section at $800 for the remainder of the semester. Page 16 is a request for additional pay from Ms. Hassman on a teacher, satellite teacher at South Haven Middle School. And that would be the same thing, $800 to finish this semester. Page 17 is chief operations flow chart, officer's flow chart. Page 18 is the child nutrition flow chart. Page 19 is the accreditation MIS flow chart. And pages 20 through 21 is the district ADA pupil services and personnel supervisor job description. This is a title change from coordinator. Page 22 is the physical plant flow chart. Page 23 is the residency department flow chart. Page 24 is risk management JDC coordinator flow chart. Page 25 is the technology flow chart. Page 26 is the transportation flow chart. Page 27 is the operations flow chart. Page 28 is student services flow chart. Page 29 is health services flow chart. Page 30 is the executive director of financial services flow chart. Pages 31 through 32 is the Executive Director of Financial Services job description. This is a title change from Chief Financial Officer. And page 33 is the Assistant Executive Director of Financial Services flow chart. Pages 34 and 35 is the Assistant Executive Director of Financial Services job description. This is also a title change this was Assistant Chief Financial Officer. So following several job descriptions will follow, it's simply they're now reporting to these different title changes. So I'll try to go through these quickly. 36 through 38 is the Finance Clerk and Customer Data Support job description. Pages 39 through 41 is the Accounts Payable Manager job description. Pages 42 through 44 is the Payroll Benefits Manager job description. Pages 45 through 46 is the Purchasing Travel Manager job description. Pages 47 through 48 is the Accounting Manager job description. Pages 49 through 51 is the Staff Account job description. Page 52 through 53 is the Fixed Asset Clerk job description. Page 54 through 55, Fixed Asset Coordinator job description. Page 56 through 58 is the Surplus Property Clerk's job description. Page 59 through 60 is the Internal Audit Manager. And job description, page 61 and 62 is the District Bookkeeper job description. Pages 63 and 64 is the Area Bookkeeper job description. And I need to stop there and have that approved for moving forward.
Do you have a recommendation, Mr. Russell?
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve personnel as presented.
Based on Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve pages 1 through 64?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Ms. Rhodes?
Page 65 is a recommendation for a part-time tutor at Lake Common Middle School.
And your recommendation, Mr. Usleton?
Madam Chairman, I recommend the board to approve personnel as presented.
Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve page 65?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. Thank you, Mr. Usleton. Item Q is residency appeal. Mr. Coleman.
Yes, ma'am, that item to discuss in executive session.
And item R, student discipline, Mr. Finley.
Madam Chairman, we have student discipline matters to address in executive session.
At this time, we've come to the part of our meeting where we have public comment. As a board, we welcome public participation at our board meetings. While this is not a debate setting or a question and answer session, we reserve this time at our regular board meetings for public comment and for citizens who have requested to appear. Board policy allows 30 minutes for public comment. Public comment involving student matters or personnel matters must be heard one at a time in executive session. Each person who wishes to comment will have up to 5 minutes to speak until the 30-minute time limit is reached. When I ask for public comment, please state your name and if you have a student matter or a personnel matter. Please state that information as well. Do we have anyone who wishes to comment? Thank you very much. At this time, I need a motion for consideration of closed session to determine whether the board should enter executive session for the following matters: student matters of early graduation, residency appeal matters, and student discipline matters. Can I have a motion, please?
Make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Mr. Chase will come back out and let you know whether the board will stay in executive session or not. The next board meeting is scheduled for Thursday, November 21st, 2024 at 10 a.m. Thank you.